remember. I don't know when I did it. In short, there's a spirit that came into me. I don't know when I did it.
And now that you've done it and she's dead, how do you feel? You feel happy?
I feel so bad.
Hello everyone, you are welcome. A Nigerian man set his wife ablaze for infidelity. For cheating on him. Take a look.
Tuesday, 21st January 2025 started as an ordinary day for the Nwaka family in Anambra State, Nigeria. But by evening, a brutal and heartbreaking tragedy would shatter the entire family of 7 beyond repair and also throw the whole community into a fit of rage, forcing the governor's wife to intervene and vow that justice must be served. Mrs. Choma Nwaka had left home that Tuesday morning to fulfill the plans she had set out for the day. However, when she returned home in the evening, she was confronted by her angry husband, and the outcome of this confrontation would go on to change the fate of the entire family. Mr. Sunday Nwaka was said to have accused his wife of going out on a date with her secret boyfriend that morning. He accused her of cheating on him, and this strong accusation led to an intense argument. It is not known if Choma was making efforts to explain her whereabouts to him during the argument, but what we do know is that Mr. Sunday was seriously boiling with anger, and this anger would eventually give way to a kind of wickedness that could only be imagined by most people. As the couple continued with their back and forth argument, Mr. Sunday was said to have reached out for a can of petrol, which he poured on his wife, and in an act of unthinkable brutality, set her on fire. Mrs. Choma screamed at the top of her voice as she stumbled out of the house to seek help. The neighbors and passers-by who saw her in that painful state rushed to her rescue and quickly quenched the fire. Unfortunately, despite their timely intervention, Choma had already suffered some extensive burns which were life-threatening. The concerned neighbors quickly rushed her to the hospital where doctors fought hard to save her life. Tragically, the injuries Choma sustained from the horrific encounter proved to be too severe for medical intervention. At 3 a.m. the next day, less than 12 hours after the horrific incident, Choma could no longer fight to stay alive anymore as she painfully succumbed to her injuries that early morning. In a shocking twist of events, Mr. Sunday was said to have willingly reported himself to the police station after committing the brutal act on her. He was detained in the police station where he would go on to give some more information on the events that led to the tragic incident. Mrs. Choma Nwaka was a mother of 6 children. She was a businesswoman and also said to be the breadwinner of the family. Before getting married to Sunday, Choma already had a child with another man. However, when she eventually tied the knot with Sunday, their union was blessed with 5 more children, all of whom were boys. Sunday Nwaka was said to be a welder and the only child of his parents. Judging from the fact that Choma was being considered the breadwinner of the family, it is clear that he wasn't financially buoyant enough to run his family. Mr. Sunday's marriage to Choma was reportedly not the first. He was said to have been previously married to another woman who had 2 children for him. However, due to alleged cases of domestic violence, the first wife was said to have quit the marriage, walking away with the 2 children. Unfortunately, Choma was not lucky or brave enough to walk away from the marriage like the first wife did, even though there was a clear attempt on her life. People who knew the couple disclosed that there was a serious case of domestic violence between them. It was said that at one point, Mr. Sunday allegedly broke a bottle and then used it to stab Choma, injuring her badly. To most people, this would have been a clear-cut sign to walk away from the marriage, but it's either Choma wasn't brave enough to make this decision, or she became hopeful that he would change his ways. Sadly, the price she paid for her patience has turned out to be too expensive, not just to her, but to the 6 young children she had left behind. When questioned by the police, Mr. Sunday disclosed that it was never his intention to kill his wife. He blamed her death on his inability to control his anger and also on her alleged promiscuous lifestyle. Mr. Sunday told the police that his wife was sleeping with various men in the same community where they were residing. However, what really got to him the most was when the men who had slept with his wife began gloating about the act in his presence by making fun of him, insulting and also shaming him. According to Sunday, these experiences fueled his anger, so when he couldn't ascertain his wife's whereabouts the previous day, he assumed that she had gone to meet her lover as usual. When she eventually returned home in the evening, he confronted her about her whereabouts. The confrontation led to a heated argument, which resulted in him committing the regrettable act. It is unclear whether Sunday's confession was a genuine attempt at repentance or a bid to control the narrative. However, what is certain is that his action has destroyed his family and also left a dark stain on the entire community. Mr. Sunday, who was visibly in tears while regretting his actions, was caught on camera begging his 5 children for forgiveness. But the question now remains, how are they supposed to forget the fact that the reason they are no longer sitting together at the dinner table to eat is because their father took their mother's life and as a consequence got locked up in prison for his crime.
If out of temper, I don't know when I did it. In short, there's a spirit that came into me. I don't know when I did it.
And now that you've done it and she's dead, how do you feel? You feel happy?
I feel so bad because I love her so much.
Then can feeling bad bring her back to life?
No.
See, if you are tired of a woman, I think the right thing to do is to send her packing. Or you leave the house. Why? Instead of killing her.
I'm not tired of her.
You're not tired of her and you had the impetus, the guts to pour fuel on her and leave the lighter. The time you went, it took you to go and get the fuel. You didn't change your mind.
I did not go anywhere.
The time it took you to go and get the lighter didn't equally change your mind.
I didn't go anywhere. Where was you?
Violence against women. Do you think what do you want? At least the police, the state to do now. What are you asking the state to do to you?
I love my wife.
No, she's gone. And she's gone for real. No, we want you to tell us what you want. Can you feel your state, man? Can you feel your law, man? There must be something in your mind. What do you want now?
It's so bad.
No, feeling so bad is not the answer to what I just asked you. What are you expecting now? Can you feel expect?
Nobody should let
You do what?
I have killed myself too.
Give me Jiziki. After killing your wife.
I don't know if she will die.
You don't know, but
I went and report myself to the police. So that
at you.
Chioma's demise did not only rob her of life, but also left her 6 children without a mother. Her youngest child, who is barely old enough to understand the tragedy at hand, is now set to face a future that would now be clouded by the trauma of losing his mother in such a gruesome manner.
And yes, then have you forgotten your children? I heard you're the only child. True of us.
I'm the only child.
And up till now, do you know that none of your relatives has visited these children? You didn't remember their future before carrying out this violence against her. You didn't remember that you don't have mother, father, brother from the same womb. Welcome to the music. You just played for yourself. You're going to dance it and dance it to the fullest. Congratulations for killing your wife.
The wife of the Anambra State Governor, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, publicly condemned the heinous act. In a statement, She described the incident as gruesome and evil and also vowed to ensure justice for Chioma. She emphasized that the state government takes issues of domestic violence seriously and would leave no stone unturned in holding the perpetrator accountable. Mrs. Soludo also pledged to support Chioma's children, stating that the government would find the best approach to care for them.
Do you have anything to tell your children?
Just apologize to them. Maybe I can see them because one of them.
No, apologize. You can't see them again. No. Just apologize straight away. Say what you want to say.
Ebuka, children, Ebuka. I'm very sorry for all of you. I did what is wrong. I haven't killed ever since I was born. But I am pleading. My children should forgive me for what I did.
It is just so sad to know that Chioma's patience in her toxic marriage has resulted in her children technically having to live the rest of their lives as orphans, even though they are not. The fact that Chioma was allegedly unfaithful does not justify the kind of fate he made her suffer, because there are a good number of other ways he would have handled the situation. Mr. Sunday let his anger get the best of him, and now he is about to spend a very long time in prison. This is just so tragic. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories. Thank you for watching and stay safe.